logical decision.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Abathur Plays Heroes of the Storm. Today I'm going to be doing a guide over Abathurs Locust spec, and I'll be taking the Monstrosity Ultimate. I'm just going to show you a few different things and placements for your Locusts, and what you should be doing when you're playing this specific talent build. Typically I like to start mid lane, just because it allows you the most range on your mines early on. You don't necessarily have to focus yourself on the mid lane just because your body's there. It just helps create extra pushing power to buy your mid lane ally roaming power. We have a murky top, and he seems to be going solo, so I'm probably going to have to focus on helping him. They have a pretty decent team. Ours is alright too, though. A little lacking on the early game damage, but we should be okay post 10. Abathur's level 1 Locust talent that you take makes your Locust have 30% increased health and 40% increased duration, which is pretty significant, especially in the late game, because they can take far more hits in the lane, and they last a lot longer, which really increases their pushing power. For right now, I just want to help him push and soak up as much XP as we can. Want to kind of jump around and help your allies wherever you can. I think I popped that shield a little too early. Just in case you're new and you didn't know, with Abathur, the cooldown on his shield is 12 seconds, but if you quickly hop off, the cooldown to get back on Symbiote is 4 seconds, and the shield is instantly refreshed. So you can save about 7 to 8 seconds on your shield cooldown by rapidly demounting and then remounting your ally. So you can reapply and save someone's life if they're fleeing that way. It's an especially good tactic to use on Murky since his health pool is so low. He really benefits from your shield a lot. Okay, for the level 4 talent, you can pretty much take whatever you want, although I highly recommend Ballista Spores. I like this because later on at 13 and 16, I take the Bombard strain, which is the ranged Locust, and then I take the Locust Brood. And then from there, with the Ballista Spores, you can get vision on their faraway mercs and make sure you have map vision before you attempt it. But you can tunnel over using the Ballista Spore global mines and steal their siege mercenaries from them using your Locust Brood. Oh, gonna definitely get at least a few kills here. Oh yeah. Ah well. Murky. Oh my goodness. Well, we could have had a kill. Locusts aren't really getting too far with the mid lane here. Once the fight starts shifting around lanes and everybody starts team fighting, I'll move my body somewhere to a more advantageous position. Right now, though, it's just all about soaking and trying to ensure that your team can collect objectives. Thankfully, having Murky on both teams kind of puts us into this little balance. Because if they had like any other kind of heavy DPS hero, our early game would just be awful. Okay, for level 7, again, you could take whatever. I highly recommend Needle Spine because it'll help you take mercs a lot faster, and it also gives you just more general damage. Just want to constantly reposition yourself from ally to ally so that you have the optimal shielding and damage potential. You just need to bounce between whoever needs your help at that moment the most. And if they try to take the tribute, you can definitely stop them with your mines. You have to place it before, like literally the second that they begin capping, if you place a mine, it will interrupt it. So keep that in mind, that you can contest tributes with that. Really could have used our Murky at that tribute fight. This Murky is really not playing as part of our team. I'm not really sure. I think he might be new. I've been coming across a lot of new players ever since they launched the game officially, so that's just something you have to keep an eye out for. Can't really get mad at them. I mean, you know, you don't just get mad at a kid if they fall off their bike. If they don't know how to ride the bike, then they just don't know. You help them, you know, you don't reprimand them. Level 10, I'm hoping that we'll be able to get a good solid team fight and get everybody there. I'm gonna see if I can't soak us to level 10. Okay, I have to physically contest this. I can't afford to let us get cursed. He can't catch me, even if he wanted to. There, I just pulled him out of that fight. Now my team has the advantage of their damage dealer not being there. Okay, I might have to go back in again. I'm gonna have to go. Oh, darn it, I meant to take Monstrosity. Oh well. I'll just cover it in another guide because this game is just demanding that I go clone alt. This is really rough.
The curse falls upon you, hero. Executing.
Use my Locust, try to stall this lane out until reinforcements can get here. This is definitely going to be a rough one, but I think we can do it. We just got to start grouping better. Probably gonna rotate and do our boss. That or they're gonna go do theirs.
Enough. The curse is over.
Yep, they're doing their boss.
You made the most of it. What's this?
Yep, there they go. Our Diablo charging headfirst in. Not really sure what's going on there. Thank you for your generous donation of that golem.
Triple kill. Team dominated.
Beautiful. Well played. Okay. Make sure you see. I haven't really seen too many people take Assault Strain. Back in early alpha, Assault Strain was just so much better than the Bombard Strain because the Bombard Strain didn't have any bonus damage attached to it. But the Assault Strain, they hit in a small area and they explode and do some damage when they die. But the Bombard Strand is 66% increased damage, and they sit at the back of your line and don't take any damage until your wave is dead. So I prefer the bonus damage, especially if you're going to use them for mercenaries, because they just nuke mercenaries down. I'll show you what I mean when I get to level 16. Just gotta try and keep back all these waves. Their minions are pushing really hard. I don't think our golem actually even seemed to have done anything.
You had best hurry.
Alright. Here we go. Got another big team fight brewing. Looks like everybody's in an optimal position. About as optimal as it's gonna get. As long as Kael'thas doesn't die right here. There we go. Okay, now I can clone Kael'thas, get in there and just wreck. Okay, or I could get blown up. Whatever works at the end of the day, right? This is where I really, really wish I had. Gosh, I was hoping my Locust, I'd have time. Maybe Brightwing would poly Kale or something, but he ran off. As my bad. I get a little crazy with these tributes sometimes. I like contesting them. I don't know what it is about them. I just want to go slap somebody when they try to take my tributes. It's like, my shinies. Ooh, got a nice little push bot lane at least. Alright, here's where the magic happens. Okay, so since I accidentally didn't go clone all, I'm going to be going probably Locust Nest. Usually if I go Monstrosity at 10, I choose Evolution Complete over Locust Nest, just because the tunnel on Monstrosity is amazing. But like I said, since I don't have Monstrosity this game, I'll just go Locust Nest and use it for some hard pushing.
Who shall gather this time?
Oh man, he's just getting destroyed. Can I get it? Nope. Nope. Not even gonna try on that one. Okay. They're too close to their siege mercs for me to even want to try to go steal them. I'll leave a mine on it and keep an eye on the mini-map. And if I see an opportunity... Oh yeah, Murky went bribe. Darn. Well, ours will be up in a sec and I'll be able to go do them. It's really handy as Abathur to be able to do mercs. You don't necessarily have to take the Locust talent at level 1 to do mercs. You can do it just fine without it. It's more for the pushing pressure, and it makes your having the Locust nest that much more powerful because the Locusts are much tankier. So you can just spawn this wave destroying swarm of Locusts out of nowhere, which is really helpful. Also, they're really good at stopping siege mercs in their tracks like this. That way you can completely deny their push. There we go, they're eradicated. Okay, now I'm probably gonna have to get down here and do something. There we go, very nice. Ah, thought he was running. And cursed again.
Consider your flame.
The objective game is not strong with us today. sure why on earth his egg was in the middle of the lane like that. Oh, that's right, it's a bot. He never reconnected. But yeah, generally the Locust build, I don't highly recommend going just pure Locusts. A build I've actually been experimenting with and finding a lot of luck with lately is taking the regenerative microbes on the level 1, and then taking sustained carapace at 4, and then finishing off the build at 7 with networked carapace, and just constantly hopping between all of the lanes with your carapace, and just shielding all of the minions over and over and over. It pushes insanely hard, and then you can go monstrosity at 10, and the monstrosity counts as a minion, so you can shield the minion wave off of your monstrosity, and then at 13, 16, just take the same ranged Locust and Locust Brood, and then at 20, take the Monstrosity Deep Tunnel, and it gives you so much pushing power. Like, without those, Abathur isn't honestly that good of a pusher, but it makes him a very strong pusher when you can just make the entire wave guarantee win. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Dang, I was not paying attention to where Murky was. That was my bad. Alright, well, we'll go Locust Nest. And now I'm gonna start putting a lot more pressure on their base now that everybody's roaming. Nice. Okay, we got a really nice push bot lane. If I can hurry up and get up, and I'm going to plant myself over here. This is a nice little pushing spot I recommend, right here on this map. There's a little donut shaped area right here. Just put a mine right here, and then tunnel over there, and then drop all of your locusts in your nest. And Abathur takes 5 seconds to recall, so when your locust passive is at about 5 seconds, or you can drop it before or as you're recalling, it's up to you. But this is what I like to do. Tunnel over, see the timer? Drop that, recall when it's at about 5, and then you'll drop the locust at mid-recall, and then you have that extra bit of damage over there. And look at them go. Just tore that tower down, and now they'll just start wiping out this wave. And that's the fun part, see? Sonya thinks I'm over there, so she runs over there, which gives you time to do more damage to the wave. And then she leaves, you put your mine back, and then as soon as they leave the lane, you go right back. And since there's so many people over there defending, we should get a free tribute. Should being the key word. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna have to go over there. Gotta go work some of my Diablo magic. Maybe we can get the tribute? Nope. Okay. Okay, I'm going ham. I'm dead. Darn. I keep hoping that my Locust... See, they buffed Anubarak's Beetle AI recently because people kept complaining that the Beetles were too stupid, and now Anubarak's Beetle AI will, like, hunt players down without vision of them in bushes, and, like, they're great at soaking skill shots and stuff. Like, they just seem to always do what you want them to do. But with Abathurs Locust, like, they never attack heroes when you want them to, and they'll lose aggro and just rush back to lane even when there's heroes right beside them they could be killing. Like, I've watched so many times where I'll tunnel, drop my Locust on top of a guy who's low HP, and they'll just break aggro for no real reason and just walk away. Like, I really wish Blizzard would do something with Abathurs Locust spec and definitely give them a rework and Maybe even make it so that you can press D for his trait to change what focus you want your Locust to attack, like buildings over minions over heroes and stuff like that, to make them a little bit smarter. Because as it is right now, Abathurs Locust aren't really as viable, in my opinion, as most of his other builds are. It's usually just a safe pick to stick with combat in most general situations, so that's just what I recommend right now. That's another thing. You stop your tunnel if you lose vision. For a little while, you were still able to do it, but they got rid of that. It makes me sad. Push this lane as much as I can. Oh yeah, when playing Abathur, by the way, you can hold shift. Well, it's any hero it works because it's on the StarCraft engine. You can queue up ability casts by holding shift down as you press the button presses. So you can set up a queue. So like I could tell Abathur to walk over here, then hold shift and click over here, and you see the little line. Then you can make him do that. So like I can walk over here, and then as soon as I get there, jump on something like this. See how that works? I didn't have to press the key again. So you can queue up a lot of really helpful and fast things, like jumping on an ally and immediately shielding and casting some of your important spells and stuff like that. Or immediately dropping your Locust after a tunnel and then starting your recall. It saves a few precious microseconds. It's really something fun to experiment with and learn. Unfortunately, we had a bot, and I don't think we're going to be able to come back from this one right now. But that pretty much covers most of what I wanted to say about the Locust build. I don't think I left too much uncovered. I'll try and get another video in the next couple days talking about Abathur's monstrosity, but thanks for watching. Leave a comment, give me some feedback, and subscribe if you liked it for more. Thanks guys, see you in the next one.